Well, you're right. At the UAE consensus, one of the big outcomes was the tripling of renewables target, which a large number of countries signed on to, and also the doubling of energy efficiency. And I'm very happy to say that IRENA, as you know, has done a lot of analytics, and we had brought this out that we need to, by 2030, reach a goal of about 11,000 gigawatts. So we are, of course, very happy to have contributed our bit to making this UAE consensus. And for us, it's also important to keep tracking it, because it's not enough to set a target, as you very clearly said, but now is the time for implementation, for very clear action plans and strategies to get rolled out on the ground. And governments need to be, to think through the various challenges that they will have to face, like building up the infrastructure for a very new system, which is not centralized but completely decentralized, and it has the intermittency. And you can see we are standing under the sun, and it's moving back and forth. And this impacts the power from the sun when you go solar. So I'd say policies always need to be in place which are enabling, and you need to also look at building the human capacity, the skill force to be able to make that transition. So there are a large number of challenges, but not without opportunities. We have opportunities of the kind that countries can actually shift gear and move into green manufacturing and create a completely new economic stream and a revenue stream out of it.
So how much investment is needed in order to achieve those ambitious goals?
So the requirement is large. So we had last year a fairly good year as far as investments go, of about 1.3 trillion US dollars in energy transition technologies, but the goal is to reach about triple that. And also to say that 1/3 of what will go into the power generation setup would need to go in infrastructure, which means we need to go to about $600 billion a year in investments in infrastructure if we are able to visualize and move into the new energy system.
Also, when we talk about clean energy, obviously green hydrogen comes to mind, but still a lot needs to be done in order to develop green hydrogen at a competitive price to other energy sources at the moment. So how can this be achieved, and how far are we from using green hydrogen more mainstream?
So, when we talk about green hydrogen, or even hydrogen for that matter, what we need to consider is that this is not something that will become like solar and wind are today. So it's not, something that you can put on your rooftop and start running, not for a few days, a few years at least. So it's a segment of hard-to-abate sectors like long-distance shipping, for industries like steel, cement, which are big emitters, but you don't have solutions for them as yet, and they need very high levels of energy and temperature. And that's where hydrogen will start playing a role. So I would say that this is a space we still need to watch. Definitely hydrogen will have a role to play, and there's a lot of action that's already started happening in countries. Our estimate at least tells us that a lot more of the hydrogen that is produced will get domestically consumed. It's not as if it'll, a lot of it will become commodities or molecules that can get transported. A sizable amount will be, but a lot will have to be locally consumed as well. So I think this is still a space that we need to watch, but a very interesting space, because this is really the future that we want to also integrate into our energy system.